Okay, this is tgtstore.com. We're gonna shoot a video on the Colt 1911 and the Browning High Power. What we're gonna do is field strip them, talk about the two weapons just a little bit. The reason that we chose these two handguns to shoot this video on is the fact that they're both Browning weapons. They're both considered to be two of the best guns ever made. You just can't have the conversation about good handguns, at least the top 10, without both of these being in it. A lot of people argue which one of these two were the best that Browning ever built, the Colt 1911 here, or the Browning High Power. Now, we're not going to talk about calibers. The 1911's in a 45, and the High Power's a 9mm, of course. What we're going to talk about is the difference in design, the difference in field stripping mainly. To start with, both guns are both single action. The 1911 has an amazing trigger, in my opinion. I think it's got that Browning beat with the trigger pull on this one. There's a few other differences. I mean, I kind of like the safety feature here on the back of the 1911. The Browning it doesn't have that safety feature. You know, it has that click-in safety here. Of course, the 1911 has a similar safety on its left-hand side. As far as safety features go, this Browning has something that I feel is a little bit odd. I never quite understood. Let me check it, make sure it's clear. The thing about the Browning, the safety feature I was speaking of, is that without a magazine in, it won't drop the hammer. The 1911 will. You can pull that mag out if it's cocked and it's not on safety. The 1911, it'll drop the hammer. I'm not sure why the Browning does that, but anyway, let me track that 1911 real quick. All right, she's clear. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and field strip the 1911. Bear with me a little bit. I've stripped 1911s quite a bit. This one right here it's got a tough barrel bushing. It always gives me a little bit of trouble. Well, they all do actually, but I do love 1911s, although I hate that barrel bushing. That spring is pretty tight. I like to go ahead and remove that bushing from the get-go. Yeah, there we go. The thing about the 1911 is it's a little more complicated to break apart than most of the other handguns that I've dealt with anyway. Here we have our spring guide, and then our barrel's in there. This barrel has a link. You have to tilt it to the forward position, and then the barrel will be able to slide right out. All right. Excuse me. All right, so there's the breakdown of the 1911. Not that hard, although it seems to me it's a little more complicated than some of the other firearms, like I said, mostly because of that barrel bushing. All right, so we'll put all this stuff over here to the side and pull out the Browning. The Browning High Power, it's a great gun. Single action again. I like it a lot, although I feel like the 1911, maybe it's a little more fun to shoot, although this might actually be the more reliable weapon. Anyway, in order to field strip this, all you need to do is bring it back to that second notch. That's the safety notch. There's a second notch, and that's pretty much there just to field strip. At that point, you can push this that little head right there, which is the slide release, or slide stop I should say, and it'll pop right out of there. Pretty easy. At this point, you want to go ahead and hold on to the slide, and we can go ahead and pull them apart. From here, pull that spring, that recoil spring, and the barrel comes right out. As you can see, that Browning is a lot easier to pull apart. It breaks down really easy. It field strips really easy. It's a very simplified version of the Browning handguns. Whether it's better than the 1911, now I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely easier to break apart. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the film, and check us out at tgtstore.com. Thank you.